Are you constantly searching for that thing to help take your game to the next level? You're not alone. So is literally every golfer. But in most cases, that thing, that magic that will help elevate your results is actually right underneath your nose. If you just stop to take the time to take a closer look at your game. Cutting strokes from your score is all about analyzing your game and reevaluating the scenarios that are keeping you from playing your best. As a coach, I use a launch monitor in my lessons because it tells me exactly what happens when my students hit the ball. But there are also other easy ways to examine what you're doing and make smart, simple decisions to eliminate the inefficiencies in your swing. So obviously, long and straight off the tee puts anyone in an advantageous position. However, for the average amateur, mostly they're going to be short and crooked. They almost always look at their swing as the reason. However, if they were to take a step back and reevaluate, they'd realize that it's not their swing, but rather their setup. Through the use of launch monitors, it's been proven that the best drivers in the world come from the inside and hit up on the golf ball. This produces a high launching, low spinning drive for maximum distance. Here are a couple key setup ideas to help you hit up on the golf ball and hit the longest drive of your life. Starting off, we want to play the ball off the inside of our lead foot. We want to make sure that our upper body is tilted behind our lower body. This is only going to further enhance your ability to hit up on the golf ball. And the third, shoulder alignment. Even though our upper body is tilted behind the ball, we still need to make sure that our shoulders are square to our target. It should look a little something like this. So we've got the driver down. Now let's take a look at how we can take advantage of these terrific tee shots. Most amateurs struggle to hit greens in regulation simply because they do not make solid contact. The key here is to make sure that we hit the ball first and the ground after. So if you take a step back and look again, your divot hole will tell you a lot about what you're doing wrong. Most amateurs, as they start their downswing, tend to leave too much weight on their back foot trying to scoop the ball up in the air. This tends to cause you to hit the ground first and the ball after, or in an effort to not hit the ground, they'll pull away and send the ball scurrying around the ground. So there's really three key points to ensure that we hit the ball first and the ground second. Let's start with ball position. In order to hit the ball solid with your irons, we need to make sure that we play it in the center of our stance. The more forward the ball is in our stance, the harder it's going to be to take the divot in front of the golf ball. Second, we want to make sure when we're striking the ball that our lead leg and our weight is more forward impact than it was at address. And finally, we want to make sure that our lead arm at impact is more forward than it was at setup. So here's a terrific drill to ensure that you hit the ball first and the ground after. Place two tees in the ground, forming an imaginary line that's perpendicular to your target. Then, place the ball right in between the tees. Go and set up to the ball and hit shots. What we want to do after we hit the shot is study closely where our divot starts and where it ends, ensuring that our divot starts at the line and goes after versus starting before the line. And there you are. I'm on the green, that much closer to making birdie. And you can be too if you just take the time to look again at what you're doing.